Hello, all you beautiful people of the internet, and Isaac.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of Cassar Industries. Hope you're all doing well. Today we are working on a brand spanking new Y62 Patrol. This belongs to a very, very good friend of mine, and we're going to be fitting a Torqit Cat Back Exhaust. But let's have a quick look over the car and we'll show you what we're doing. So this is it, guys. This is a 2024 Y62 Patrol with the petrol V8. Belongs to a very, very good friend of mine. He's only had this car for a few weeks and it's only got a couple of thousand Ks on it. Yeah, bought it brand new. He's already got a couple of mods on it. He's got a Rhino Rack Pioneer platform roof with an awning, and he's got some nice wheels on there as well. These are ROH Assault wheels in an 18x9 for those that are interested. They are a plus 30 offset, running a Maxxis Razor 295/70/18 tyre. In inches, that works out to about 34.5 inches. You can fit a tyre of this size on this car with no lift and no modification, and you do get that slight little bit of poke as well. And in this colour, they look really good suiting the car. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this thing for a road test, just to give it a little bit of a sound check, because we are going to be fitting a Torqit Cat Back Exhaust, which is in that box. So we'll see what it sounds like stock. We'll come back, we'll attempt to put the car on the hoist. I don't know if it's going to fit in there yet, but we'll see how we go, and then we'll unbox the exhaust and see what we're working with. Right, well, we got it on the hoist and it only just fits. Like, I'm talking, we've got centimeters of clearance up there to the back roller door, centimeters of clearance to the roof with the awning, but it's on there. As long as nothing's touching, that's all I care about. Looking at the standard exhaust, so here we have our post catalytic converters here and here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and presume that's where we're going from. So that sort of goes across into a collector. We've got about 2.5 inch pipe coming out of the cats into a single, looks to be about a 3-inch, into a massive, massive center muffler, which is absolutely huge. Steps down to about a 2.5 inch pipe over the rear K-frame, through there, over the top of that, and then into another sort of decent sized rear muffler. Having a look at the new exhaust though, and Isaac, bring on the unboxing goodness. So this is what we're looking at. We'll go through and get all of this stuff unwrapped for you guys, lay it all out so we can see what we're looking at properly. Okay, everything is unboxed and laid out on the ground, and I laid it out upside down. I don't know why, just for fun. So this is a true twin 3-inch system. So we've got 3-inch on each of the pipes straight out of the cats, twin 3-inch into the main muffler, 3-inch out of the main muffler into the rear muffler. I must say, Torqit, I'm very impressed with how much packaging you put on the product to keep it safe from scratches and blemishes. So yeah, very, very good in that regard. We've also got a box here with new rubber mounts, new bolts, new gaskets, and all the hardware that we need. We've also sprayed down all of the bolts and mounts with a bit of WD-40. But I was just having a bit more of a look over this old exhaust, and so the new exhaust comes 3-inch straight out of the Cat here, and looking here where it necks down and just sort of going into this flex. And I thought I'd give it a bit of a measure. 1.8.5 on the pipe diameter there, so we'll be replacing that with 3-inch. So quite a choke down point there, and that is on both sides as well, and chokes down in that section there too. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the comparison is, but look, first things first, let's get all of this stuff off, and yeah, we'll give it a bit of a compare, new versus old. Boom, exhaust off. So here's our old versus new laid out, even though this is still new, but anyway. So you can see the size comparison in the center mufflers, just the whole general design of how it goes into the center muffler is very different, a lot more linear flow on the Torqit exhaust. So it was super simple to remove. It took us, what do you reckon, man, like 10 minutes? Mm-hmm. Probably just over 10 minutes or just over 10 minutes to get it all off. It's just 2 bolts on the back of each Cat, 16 mil. 2 bolts joining these 2 sections together, again 16 mil. A few hangers, and there was 1 hanger right at the back of the car which you actually unbolt, which is a 13 mil as well. So that's it. I did realize now that there is also instructions, but we'll just pretend that we read them. So now we've just got to go through to fit the new stuff in there. I think there's a hanger that we've got to swap over because we've got a new hanger here. So we'll just check the instructions to see where that hanger goes. And yeah, we'll just go through and get everything on. We'll even though the car's new, we'll still replace all of the rubber hangers as well with the ones that they've supplied. And yeah, we'll check back soon. All right, got the new exhaust hangers on, the rubber hangers are on. The bracket goes on this center cross member here, sort of just near the front edge of the fuel tank. The factory bracket looks like this. So you remove that and reuse the old bolts to put that in there. So that's all looking sweet. So now we'll go through and get the center muffler hung, and then we'll go about putting the front section in and then the rear. So first things first, we'll get the center muffler in there. All right, so center muffler is just sitting on those 2 mounts there, and then I've got an exhaust stand in the form of a nephew holding the front section. So now we'll go through about getting these 2 front pipes in that connect up onto there and then pick up on that mount. And I presume one of them will pick up on the factory mount over here too. So let's see how we go. All right, guys, that was way too easy. We've got everything sort of mocked up in there. So yeah, you saw the center muffler was in there, and then we laid in these 2 front pipes here to go up to the Cats where they use the original bolts. Nothing's tight, by the way. Everything is just, we've got all the rubber hangers on, but all of the bolts are just sort of started. So that's all on there. Then we've got this section that goes up over the diff. We haven't bolted that in yet. That's still just sort of sitting there. We haven't got any of that started. And then the rear muffler is on. So looking nice and pretty. Very good. So yeah, we'll just get these bolts started now and that gasket in there. We'll get everything tightened up and we'll touch base with you again once it's all finalized. Mad, all done, all on, all tight, all clean. So that's how it all looks finished. So we'll drop it down, see how it looks from on the ground, and we'll take it for a drive and do the most important sound check. So that's how it all looks. So sort of just from the back, you can't even really see it. Anyway, ping in to go for a drive and see how this thing sounds. Let's do it. And that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bit of a simple job, but something that's always very, very beneficial, especially when you've got a petrol V8. Nothing beats the sound. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other.